маленьком английском городке жили-были две семьи по соседству. Семья уважаемого доктора Гибса и вторая семья не менее уважаемого литературного редактора мистера Пеппа. Эти семьи очень долгие годы дружили между собой. Их жены ходили вместе в церковь, вместе пели в хоре, а дети вообще не знали разницы между двумя домами и бегали свободно туда и сюда. Но особенно среди детей были дружны двое. Это был Джордж Гибс и Эмили Бек. Ребята выросли вместе, и, как это часто случается, со временем, годам 16, их дружба переросла в нечто большее. И Эмили превратилась в потрясающе красивую, невероятно умную девушку, от которой были в восторге все, а Джордж стал самым лучшим игроком в бейсбол в городе. И бейсбол захватил все его мысли и свободное время, которого не оставалось ни на помощь маме, ни даже на Эмили. Из-за чего у них в какой-то момент происходит не то чтобы ссора, но выяснение отношений, и не бывает что без добра. Во время этого выяснения отношений они говорят друг другу самые важные слова, и через 3 года решают пожениться. Ну, в этот момент у молодых людей возникают некоторые трудности, но несмотря на страхи, нежелание, отрицание, общими усилиями родственников они все-таки скрепляют свои отношения браком. Вот. И на этом моменте было бы замечательно закончить, и не зря все истории заканчиваются именно здесь. Но наша продолжается. И спустя 9 лет в городе происходят очень многие изменения, многие герои умирают, и умирает также и Эмили. Во время родов, она рожала второго ребенка, очень молодой, как для нас, но для того времени это вполне нормально. Она умирает, но не выходит из истории. Она остается духом, который видит все со стороны. И там, в загробном мире, она встречается с матерью своего мужа, которая тоже умерла, и говорит с ней. И Эмили очень хочется вернуться обратно. Она видит свою семью, которая очень тоскует. Она видит своего мужа, Джорджа, своих детей. И она очень хочет обратно к ним, к той мирской земной жизни. И она спрашивает, возможно ли вернуться хотя бы на 1 день. И получит ответ, что да, можно на 1 день в прошлое. Она выбирает этим днем свой день рождения, свое 12-летие. Но оказавшись там, она понимает, что это все так прекрасно. Это родители такие молодые еще, она такая маленькая, все так замечательно, они даже еще не знают, что ждет их впереди. И для нее ей становится только хуже от этого. И она задается вопросом, неужели люди... Она видит, как они там занимаются своими делами какие-то, и вообще как-то не думают о том, что ждет их дальше. Как-то сильно погружены в свои заботы. И она, Эмили, задается вопросом, неужели люди не ценят каждый момент своей жизни? Каждое мгновение, каждый утренний кофе, каждый рассвет, маму и папу. Ну и все простые вещи, в общем-то. Эмили жила очень простую жизнь для своего времени. И вот она спрашивает. Неужели есть хоть один человек, который понимает, что каждое мгновение – это подарок? Хоть один в целом мире. И получает ответ. Ну а какой ответ, вы знаете. Ответ на вопрос.
This place is called Our Town. Today is May 7th, 1901. The time is just before dawn. The sky is beginning to show some streaks of light already there behind our mountains. The morning star always gives a wonderful brightening before it has to go. Doesn't it? This is our doctor's house, Dr. Gibbs. This is the back door, and this is Mrs. Gibbs's garden, and this is Mrs. Webb's house and garden. Well, as I said, it's about dawn. And this is Dr. Gibbs coming down the street now, and here's his wife coming downstairs to get breakfast. your role of delivering the morning newspapers?
Morning, Dr. Gibbs.
Morning, Joe.
Somebody needs in dog.
No, just some people are not in Forest Town.
Do you want the paper now?
Oh, yes, I take it. Anything serious going on in Wall Science 20?
Yeah, my school teacher, Miss Foster's handbook.
I declare. How do you go through about that?
Well, of course, it's none of my business, but I think if a person starts out to be a teacher, she ought to stay one.
How you mean, Joe?
Fine dog. I never think about it at all. Only like you said, it always tells me when it's going to rain.
Oh, going to rain today?
No, sir.
Get up, I see. Here comes Tommy Newsom delivering the milk. What the weather did you today? Morning, Doc.
Morning, Carol.
Somebody sick?
Pair of things over to Mrs. Borodowski.
Please. This town's getting bigger every year.
Going to rain today, Carol?
No. Fine day that will burn through. Come on, Bessie. Morning, Howie. Morning, Mrs. Gibbs. Seems like you were late today. Yes. Something went wrong with the separator. Don't know what it was. Doc?
Howie.
George! Rebecca! Frank, everything alright?
Yes.
They didn't need it. Sit down. Drink the coffee. You were all sleep this morning, didn't you?
This night was coming at 11. Yes, I know what it's about to the stomach and brought it out to beam.
Oh, George, you want to get momentary hours sleep. Frankly, I don't know what's going to come of you, but I do wish I could get you to go away someplace and take a rest. I think it would be good.
Emily, time to get up. Wally, it's 7 o'clock.
And Claire, you've got to speak to George. Since I found some over him lately, he's no help to me at all. I can't even get him to cut me some food.
Is he say to you?
No, he just wants. All he thinks about is baseball. George, Rebecca, you'll be late for school. George!
George, look sharp!
Ah, yes, Ma.
Don't you kill your master accordingly.
Wally, Emily, you'll be late for school. Wally, wash yourself good or I'll come up and do it myself.
Ma, what can you Don't make a noise. Your father's been out all night and needs his sleep. I washed and dried the good English special. My hand's dressed. Oh, shut with you. Oh, every day I go to school dressed like a sick jockey. Now, Rebecca, you always look very nice. Ma, you're wrong. Stop me. Oh, I said I can't laugh because of you. That's what I'll do.
Now I have it. Breakfast is just as good as any of the meal and I have young in my books. It'll stand you growth. Tell me, Wally.
Ma, by 7 o'clock I got to know all about that.
I do. No books are taken. As you read, the rest of the one has to separate.
I'm what, Mama? You know I am. I'm the brightest girl in school for my age. I have a wonderful time.
Eat your good breakfast.
I'm right when I'm looking at my stamp collection.
And he's right. Seems to me 25 cents a week is enough for your age. I declare, I don't know how you spend it all.
Oh, Ma, I got a lot of things to buy.
So is a state. That's what you spend it on.
I don't see how Rebecca comes to have so much money. She hasn't
more than $1.
I would say it. Now, do you know, I think it's a good thing to spend some every now and then. Ma, do you know what a lot wants to work? Do you? Money. Eat your breakfast. Oh, Mama, this is fair.
I got a curry. I don't know anymore.
Don't fast, don't have to run. What if you do like Francis? Stand up straight and
Rebecca, you real nice. Happy fish. Nice. Goodbye, Mom.
Bye, Ma.
now, it's early afternoon. All 2,642 have had their dinners and all the dishes have been washed.
Hello, Emily.
Oh, hello.
You made a fine speech in class.
Well,
Gee, it's funny. From my window up there, I can just see ahead at night when you're doing your homework in your room.
why? Can you?
Yeah. Emily, what do you think? We might work out a kind of telegraph from your window to mine. In once in a while, you could give me a hint or two about one of those algebra problems. I don't mean to understand, Emily, of course not.
Just
Oh, I said here's allowed. So, if you get stuck, George, you whistle to me, and I'll give you some hints.
You're just naturally bright, Emily, I guess.
I figured that he's just a better person of all.
Well, thanks. Oh, I better be getting out to the baseball field. Thanks for the thought, Emily. Good afternoon, Mrs. Webb.
Good afternoon, George.
So long, Emily.
So, George.
Come and help me string songs for later. George keeps like himself, real conversation. Didn't he? Why is my mom? How old George be?
I don't know.
Let's see, he must be almost 16.
Mama, I made a speech in class today, and I was very good.
You must recite it to pass at supper. What is it about?
The Luciana purchase. It was like silk of a spool. I'm going to make speeches all my life. Mama, will you answer me a question? Serious.
Seriously, dear, not serious.
Seriously, will you?
Of course I will.
Mama, am I good looking?
Of course you are. All my children have got good features. I can check them.
No, Mama, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, am I pretty?
I've already told you, yes. Now that's enough of that. You have a nice, your pretty face.
Oh, Mama, you never tell us the truth about anything.
I am telling you the truth.
Mama, you're pretty.
Yes, I was. If you just say, I was the prettiest girl in town next to Amy Cartwright.
But Mama, you got to say something about me. Am I pretty enough to get anybody, to get people interested in me?
Emily, you make me tired. Now stop it. You have been nice for normal purposes. Come along and bring the ball with you.
Oh, Mama, you're not help at all. Good deal of dancing right this evening. You can hear choir practice going on in the congregational church. The children are at home during their home classes. And the day is running down like a tired clock.
Now look here, Ma. Musicating too is
Oh,
so pleasure. Something.
I can't work at all. The moonlight's so terrible.
Emily, maybe. Did you get the third problem?
Which?
The third.
Oh, why? Yes, George. The dizziness of them all. The answers in yards. It's square yards.
Oh, in square yards.
Yes, George. Don't you see?
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Emily.
You're welcome. And what craft is going on? Well, I guess I better go back and try to work.
Good night, Emily. And thanks.
George, can you come down a minute?
Yes, Bob.
Make yourself comfortable. I'll make you a minute. Would you like a cup of coffee? No, thanks. George, how old are you?
I'm 16, almost 17.
And what do you want to do after school's over?
Why, you know, Bob, I want to be a farmer on Uncle Luke's farm.
You will. You will. You get up early, cooking meals and feed the dog, and hoe and hay all day.
Sure, I will. What do you mean, Bob?
Well, George. Well, I was in office today, and I heard a funny sound. And what do you think it was?
I don't know.
It was your mother. Chopping wood. Getting up early, cooking meals all day long, washing, ironing, and still she has to go out in the backyard and chop wood. I suppose she does not tired of asking you. She just gave up to decide it was easier to do it herself. And you eat your meals, put on the clothes she keeps nice for you. And you run off and play baseball. Like some hired girl looking around the house, but that we don't like very much. Well, George, I knew all I had to do was call your attention to it. Here's a handkerchief, son. That's all. George, I've decided to raise your spending money 25 cents a week. Not, of course, for chopping wood for your mom. Because it's a present you give her. But because you're getting older and I imagine there's a lot of things you must find to do with it.
Thanks, Bob.
Tomorrow will be your Friday. You can come in.
Good night.
Forget it. How many of you will be able to on Tuesday afternoon and sing at 3? Sure you can. That'll be fine.
Good night.
Good night, Martha. Good night, Mr. Poster.
Real nice choir practice, wasn't it? Not a well. Look at the moon. Potato weather for sure.
Naturally. It was scandal that was in the storm.
What?
Simon Simpson.
No, Luella.
But Julia, you have the organist of a church, drink and drunk year after year. You know he was drunk and right?
No, Luella. We all know about Mr. Simpson's trouble that he's been through. Just don't notice it.
No, it isn't, Luella. It's getting better.
Yes.
Ma, you have to go to bed on a night like this. But you better hurry. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Well,
window.
I did, but there's no one there. George, do you know what I see doing?
No, what?
I see maybe someone's getting nearer and nearer, and there'll be a big explosion.
Rebecca, you don't know anything. If so, it would be in all the newspapers.
George, is the moon shining on South America, Canada, and how's the whole world?
Probably.
Years have gone by. Yes, the sun's come up over 1,000 times. Some babies that weren't even born before have begun talking regular sentences already. The number of young people fell in love and get married. Here and there, a new home was set up on the roof. Almost everybody in the world gets married. In our town, there aren't hardly any exceptions. Almost everybody in the world climbs into the grace to marry. So it's 3 years later. It's 1904. And here is Mrs. Gibbs and Mrs. Webb are coming downstairs to get breakfast, just as though it were an ordinary day.
Good morning, Holly. Morning, Sally. Anything in the papers I ought to know? Nothing much. Except we are losing about the best baseball pitcher Robert Connors ever had, George Gibbs. Refugees. I don't see how he could give up this like that just to get married. Would you, Howie?
Oh, can't tell, son. Never had talent that way.
Singing is anything. I can do to prevent the fool. Rivers will rising all night.
Side rules all up here about George Gibbs retiring from baseball.
Yes, sir. That's the way it goes back in 84. We had a player. Side, even George Gibbs couldn't touch him. Went down to Maine and became a farce. Wonderful ball player. How's the weather look for you?
Oh, thank God.
I think maybe it will clear up for you. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning, Howie. Morning, Mrs. Gibbs. It rains so heavy, I think maybe it will clear up for good.
Horse hope it will.
How much did you want to give?
I want 3 milk and 2 cream.
My husband says to tell you we both hope they will be very happy, Mrs. Gibbs. No, they will.
Thank you.
Morning, Mrs. Webb.
Good morning, Mrs. Newsom. I wanted 4 glass of milk.
Yes, ma'am.
And 2 of cream. Oh, is there any here, Miss Newsom?
Well, just saying to Mrs. Gibbs as how it may lighten up. Mr. Newsom told me to tell you as how we hope they will not be happy. Mrs. Webb. No, they will.
Oh, thank you. Goodbye, Miss Newsom.
Goodbye.
Good morning.
Well, Mark, the day has come. You are losing class on your sheets.
Oh, Frank Gibbs, don't say my God. I feel like crying every minute. Sit down. Drink your coffee.
Yes. I get a shock every time I'm seeing of George setting out to be a family man.
Good morning, everybody. Only 5 more hours to live.
George, where are you going?
Just stepping across the grass to see my girl.
Now, George, you put on your overshoes. It's raining intolerance.
Oh my, it's just that.
You don't go out of this house without being prepared.
George, please tell your mother.
From tomorrow, you can heal yourself in all weather, but while you're in my house, you live quietly. Thank you.
Be back in interest.
Oh, heavens. Trying with me. Now, George, you can come and eat, but Timo can ask with you.
Why not?
George, Timo as well as I do. The groom and his bride is waiting there. What activities is in the church?
That's just a superstition. Good morning, Mr. Webb.
Good morning.
How's that?
She hasn't knocked up yet. I haven't heard the sound of her.
Emily asleep?
No wonder. You're the old Austrian and type. You sit down with Mr. Webb and drink a cup of coffee, and I go upstairs and you see she doesn't have time to surprise you. There's something to do, but don't talk about it.
Well, George, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm fine. I wish a fellow could get married without all this marching up and down.
And the man says Emily as well. So today about it, George, but it hasn't been in the news. It's even full build-up weddings. Everyone looks pretty small at the wedding, George.
You believe in it, don't you, Mr. Webb?
Oh yes. Don't misunderstand me, my boy. Marriage is a wonderful thing. Don't forget it, George.
Oh, no, sir.
George, I was thinking last night of some advice my father gave me when I got married. Charles, he said, Charles, start out early showing good work, he said. Oh yes, he said never let your wife know how much money you have, never.
Oh, well, Mr. Webb, I don't think I would.
So, I took the opposite of my father's advice, and I've been happy ever since. That'll be a lesson to you. George, never ask advice on personal matters.
Charles, are you talking about those chickens again? I thought you would be taking things worthwhile.
Well, no. If you want to give the boy some good advice, I go upstairs and this alone with him.
George, Alex, come downstairs and cook your breakfast. She sends you her, but she doesn't want to argue with you. Goodbye.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I guess you don't know about that older superstition.
What do you mean, Charles?
Seems again, no bridegroom should see his father-in-law on the day on the wedding's ordinary. Now, remember that.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. and Mrs. Webb, but now I have to interrupt again here. You see, we want to know how all this begins, this wedding, this plan to spend a lifetime together. I'm awfully interested how big things like that begin. So here we go. There they are coming down Main Street now.
I can't, Louise. I've got to go home. Oh, Ernestine, can you come over tonight and do late? Oh, then we'll take seriously we'll see. Tell your mother you have to. Goodbye. Goodbye, Helen. Goodbye, Fred.
Can I carry your books home for you, Emily?
Why? Thank you to the park.
I'm awfully glad for your letter to Emily. Emily, why you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you.
You've been treating me so funny lately.
I don't like the whole change that come over you in the last year. I'm sorry that hurts your feeling, but I've got to tell the truth and change the tale.
A change? What do you mean?
Well, up to a year ago, I used to like you a lot, and then you began spending all your time at baseball. You never stopped to speak to anybody anymore.
I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I can't be sorry I said it.
I'm glad you said it, Emily. I never thought that such a thing was happening to me. I guess it's hard for a fella not to have fault creep into his character.
I always expect a man to be perfect, and I think he should be.
Oh, I don't think it's possible to be perfect, Emily.
Well, my father is, and as far as I can see, your father is. There's no reason else why you shouldn't be too.
I feel it the other way around. That men aren't naturally good. But girls are.
No, you can see, it's not the truth at all. And I suddenly feel that it's not important anyway.
Emily, would you like an ice cream soda or something before we go home?
Well, thank you, I would.
Hello, George, you lied. What you look at? Why, Evelina, what you look crying about?
She just got an awful scare. Tom Huggins drives like a crazy man.
Well now, you look all shook up. I tell you, you've got to look balls-faced before you cross my streets these days.
Yes.
It's worse every year. What do you have?
2 strawberry ice cream sodas, Mr. Morgan.
The strawberry ice cream sodas, yes sir, yes sir. There's that, and there's that.
Emily, if I go away to State Agriculture College next year, will you write me a letter once in a while?
I certainly will. I certainly will, George. Well, I'll try to my letters interest you.
I know, Emily. Emily, I know. I'm going to make up my mind right now. I won't go. I tell Pop about it tonight.
Why? I don't see why you have to decide right now. It's a whole year away.
Emily, I'm glad you spoke to me about the fault in my character. Listen, Emily, I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to agriculture school. I think that once you found a person that you're very fond of. I mean a person who's fond of you too, and likes you enough to be interested in your character. Listen, Emily, I think that just as important as colleges, no, and even more so. That's what I think.
I think it's awfully important too.
Emily,
Yes, George.
Emily, if I do improve and if change, what would you be? I mean, what would you be?
I always have been.
So, I guess it's an important job that you're having.
Yes.
So long, Emily.
Now we're in the normal things away. In this wedding, I play the minister.
keep doing what?
Alright. That's enough. That's enough of that. So you're used to this all day. Fear more, so let's know. It's all the same. George, what's the matter?
Oh, Mom, I don't want to grow old. Why is everybody pushing me so?
George, you wanted it.
No, Mom, listen to me. Listen.
No, George. You're a man now.
Please, Mom, this last time I asked you. All I want to do is to be a fella.
Oh, George, anyone should hear you. George, I'm ashamed of you.
Sorry, Mom. Okay. Where is Emily?
George, you give me such a joy.
Sure, Ma. I get you, man. I get it.
I never felt so alone in my whole life. And George was there, looking so... I hate him. I wish I were dead. Papa.
Emily. Oh, the kiddo's dead.
But Papa, I don't want to get married.
Shh. Everything alright.
Why can't I stand for a while just as I am? Let's go away.
I'll stop and see you later. George!
Don't you remember that you used to say that I was your girl? There must be lots of places we can go to.
George! Hi. George, you're fine tomorrow. George, it's fine.
But Papa,
I'm going to marry my daughter, George. Do you think you can take care of her?
Well, Mr. Webb, I want to try. Emily, I'm going to do my best. I love you, Emily. I need you.
well, if you love me, help me. All I want is someone to love me.
I will, Emily. Emily, I'll try.
George, this time, 9 years after the fact, France, summer 1913. Everybody locks their house doors now at night. And with any burglar in town, but everybody's heard about that. You would be surprised, though
On the whole, things don't change much around here. This here is a new part of the cemetery. Here is your friend, Mrs. Gibbs, Mrs. Solms, and a lot of others. And Edgar Webb's boy Wallace, whose appendix burst while he was in a Boy Scout trip to Crawford Lunch. You know as well as I do that the dead don't stay interested in living people for very long. They're waiting. They're waiting for something that they feel coming. Something important and great. Aren't they waiting for the original part of that to come out here?
My daughter-in-law, I'm in a bed. What did she die, Juliet? In childbirth. Childbirth. I remember Annie saying, wasn't it a lovely lady? Annie was one of the brightest girls ever graduated from high school. Preschool deputy on a nice farm. Just before I died. Perfectly beautiful farm.
Oh, Mother Gibbs.
Hello. It's raining. Yes. They'll be done soon, dear. Just rest yourself.
Mother Gibbs.
George and I have made that farm into just the best place you ever saw. We thought of you all the time. Yes. Yes, sir. It won't be the same to George without me. But it's a lovely farm. If people don't understand, do they? No, dear, not very much. My boy is spending the day with Mrs. Carter. Mother Gibbs. Sarah finished. Sarah Gordon. Look, Mother Gibbs. Mother Gibbs is bringing all my flowers to you. He looks just like George, doesn't he? Oh, Mother Gibbs, I never realized before how troubled and how the darling persons are. Look at him. I love him so. From morning till night, that's all they're troubled.
I can't go back and live all those days over again? Why not?
All I can say is, Emily, don't.
But it's true, isn't it? I can't go and live like that.
Yes, some have tried, but they soon come back here. You not only live it, but you watch yourself living it.
But is it painful? Why?
It's not the only reason why you shouldn't do it, Emily. When you've been here longer, you'll see that our life here is to forget all that and think only of what ahead and be ready for what ahead. When you've been here longer, you'll understand.
But Mother Gibbs, how can I ever forget that life? It's all I know. It's all I had.
No, at least choose an unimportant day.
I choose in my friend's birthday.
All right, February 11th, 1899, a Tuesday. Do you want any special kind of day?
Why one whole day?
We'll begin at dawn. You remember, it had been snowing for several days, but it had stopped the night before, and they had begun clearing the roads. The sun's coming up. This is 4 years ago.
Oh, look. There's an old fence that used to be around our house. Oh, I've forgotten that. I love it so. Are they inside?
Yes, your mother will only come you downstairs in a minute to make breakfast.
Will she?
And you remember, your father had been away for several days. He came back home that early morning journey.
Papa,
Good morning.
How did it go, Charles?
Oh, fine. I guess everything's all right here.
Yes, we have to say for practicing that having special. What is really worthy? Charles, don't forget, it's Edna's birthday. Did you remember to get her something?
Yes, I got something here. Where's my girl? Where's my birthday girl?
I can't bear it. They're so young and beautiful. Why did they ever have to get old? Mama, I'm here. I'm growing up. I love it so. Everything.
Well,
I can't look at everything hard enough. Good morning, Mama.
well, no, dear. A very happy birthday to my girl and many happy returns. There are surprises waiting for you on the kitchen table.
Oh, Mama, you shouldn't have. I can't. I can't.
But birthday, on my birthday, you want to eat your breakfast good and slow. That in the blue paper. It's from your Aunt Carrie, and I reckon you can guess who wrote the postcard album. I found it on the doorstep when I brought the milk. George Gibbs must have come over the food pretty early. Right nice of him.
Oh, George. I've forgotten that. I can't. It goes so fast. We don't have time to look at one another. I didn't realize. So all that was going on, and we never noticed. Take me back up the hill to my grave. But first, wait. One more look. Goodbye. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, Rose Corners. Mama and Papa. Goodbye to clock ticking and Mama's sunflowers and food and coffee and your dresses and hot bath and sleeping and waking up so. I'm ready to go back.
Are you happy?
No, I shouldn't listen to you. That's all a human being. Just blind people. Just rest yourself. I think it's George. It's George. Not the kid. Yes. They don't understand. They... No, dear. They don't understand. Almost everybody is asleep in Grover's corners. There are few lights on. Shorty Hawkins down at the depot has just watched the Albany train go by. And at the livery stable, somebody's setting up late and talking. Yes, it's clear now. There are stars that are doing their old crisscross journeys in the sky. Schoolers haven't settled the matter yet, but they seem to think there are no living beings up there. Just chalk or fire. Only this one is straining away all the time to make something of itself. And the strain is so bad that every 16 hours, everybody has to lie down and get a rest. It's 11 o'clock in Grover's Corners. You get a good rest too. Good night.